Ever since humans have existed, the stories we've told have grown alongside us. When books were invented at first, they were not accessible to most people, but shortly after societies evolved, they became highly approachable. There are so many benefits to reading. The very existence of books changed the world and can change yours too. Reading is one of my favorite hobbies, and today I will be talking about the importance of books and why I think everyone should read. I will be focusing on how the impact of books essentially made our society what it is today and how they truly changed the world. Besides the fact that books have proven to positively affect our health, reading allows us to experience the lives of others and implement the lessons learned on our own. Storytelling in itself has been a basic practice for as long as humans have existed, and I believe that our love for entertainment is rooted in our love for stories. Now, more than ever, entertainment comes in a variety of forms. But despite the great diversity we have access to, I believe books are entirely set apart from every category. What makes them stand out is their complete freedom, and how when we read, creating the world is up to us. In comparison to digital media, when something is visual, it is completely defined. So the process to create anything excludes the viewer because we are already seeing a finished product. Books expand our imagination further because we actually become a part of the story. They are meant to be and should be enjoyed, and there's a variety of ways which could work best for you. Personally, I prefer to read physical copies of books. However, reading can come in a lot of different formats, such as digital books like Kindle or audiobooks as well. The way we learn and the way we enjoy certain things is different for everyone, so finding which works best for you can greatly improve your experience. When I was little, my school had a library where you were allowed to borrow any book you chose, and this allowed me to discover one of my favorite books at the time, and it was a series by Chris Colfer called The Land of Stories. My school presented books as a joyful experience and something that was meant to be cherished. Especially as kids, and when I was younger, there were so many things, feelings that didn't seem tangible. I couldn't identify them or relate them to meaning because I didn't know what they were. But books allowed me to uncover the answers with words I couldn't have come up with at the time. So, what I mean with this is that the books you read will always end up enhancing your life, helping guide you through your every journey. This is pretty much how books changed my life, but now I want to talk about how they changed life overall. In the 1400s, the invention of the printing press assisted one of the greatest revolutions in society. The spread of knowledge, discoveries, and ideas spread faster and further than ever before, and literacy rates increased rapidly. Printing became cheaper and more accessible, and because of the low cost, more and more people had access to books. Because of its contributions, the printing press became and is one of the greatest and most significant inventions of our time. However, it wasn't until the 19th century that it was common for literature to be divided into works of fiction and nonfiction, with subgenres in between. Nowadays, fiction is greatly attributed as the most popular form of literature, but the question is why? Research indicates that captivating stories are the most successful at breaking down barriers by challenging stereotypes and allowing people to have more open minds about different opinions and topics, permitting us to experience the world through a different lens. In his book, A Dance with Dragons, George R. R. Martin states that a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one. Because of the books I've read, I've been able to see what this means for myself. In my first adventures with books, I followed Alex and Connor as they left the world behind and explored a land made up of stories. Most recently, I followed Victor onto Walton's ship while he continuously regrets the life of his creation. I've seen the deterioration of Dorian's portrait and his inconvenient friendship with Lord Henry. I explored alongside Christine through the cellars of the opera and saw Gatsby's persistent hope in the green light. The books I've read have shown me the worlds of others, pretty much impossible worlds that exist only through the pages. But with every turn and every new sentence, I am left with ways to better my own world, with lessons I'll never forget. There's an infinity of information we have access to, especially in our generation, but I truly believe books offer us the greatest opportunity to learn. Whenever I see people who don't enjoy reading, it's typically because it has been presented as a chore in the past. But the thing is, we cannot be forced to enjoy something. I believe books have designated purposes and time frames that are suitable for what we go through. So I can promise you, the perfect book is waiting for you in the moment you need it the most. With this being said, if you have had a previous negative experience, I encourage you to set it aside. There is so much to be learned from books, and you will find that once you start reading, it can genuinely be one of the most rewarding experiences in life. We can learn to be more empathetic, more open, and far more aware and understanding of the world and people that surround us. Thank you so much.